I would like to invite three persons on stage. Dr. Bakari, please come up to the stage. Brigadier Mujahid Alam, please come up to the stage. Elena. Okay, that's Elena Segal. Please come up to the stage.
Respected guests, faith leaders, friends, and advocates of peace. A very warm good afternoon. It is a profound honor to welcome you all to the launch of the Pathfinder Interfaith Harmony Initiative. At a time when the world feels increasingly fragmented, we gather here today with a singular purpose, and that purpose is to build bridges of understanding, of empathy, and of shared humanity. This is not just an initiative, it is a commitment to coexistence, dialogue, and peace. And the most wonderful thing is that this initiative comes from a representative of the Z generation. It is critical that young people own this and take it forward. So congratulations, Alina Sagar, for doing what you've done. We'll hear more from you in a bit. The Pathfinder Interfaith Harmony Initiative aims to promote respectful dialogue between faith communities, create safe spaces for collaborative action, celebrate shared moral values that unite us, counter extremism with education, empathy, and engagement. Through workshops, outreach, educational outreach, collaborative forums, and community projects, it will strive to transform faith into a force for unity rather than division. Before we look ahead, it is important to understand why an initiative like this is so critical and needed in our larger national context. Minorities in Pakistan are vulnerable. Non-Muslim minorities make up only 3.65% of the population. But that's still a huge number. And these minorities are patriotic. But somehow, very patriotic. Because of the narrow-mindedness of some, however, they face persecution. We just heard Mr. Kran Sehgal in the morning providing free security to churches all over the country after the attack happened. Those attacks continue to happen. Forced conversions continue to happen. And we need to ask serious questions as to why the forced conversions are always of the girls and never of the men. And then why I can share instances with you which will leave us with our head hanging in shame. I used to work on secular values and secularism, and I will also take 1 second to tell you what secularism, how illogically it is defined in Pakistan. Secularism का हम जो माने निकालते हैं, हम उसके माने निकालते हैं लादीनियत, without religion. Secularism is not without religion. Secularism is मजहबी रवादारी. जिस मजहबी रवादारी का हुक्म है हमारे मजहब में. अगर मजहबी रवादारी का हुक्म ना होता तो जज़िये का कॉन्सेप्ट ना होता. जज़िये का कॉन्सेप्ट है टू प्रोटेक्ट माइनॉरिटीज इन मुस्लिम मेजॉरिटी एरियाज एंड स्पेसेस. आप जिम्मेदारी लेते हैं उनकी प्रोटेक्शन की. ये जज़िये का कॉन्सेप्ट है. So why this is critically important is evident from the kind of headlines we see every single day. I was doing a training in Multan on secularism and the hotel was attacked. And after that, those trainings were suspended because we came out into the open spaces and we spoke about how critical it is that we have interfaith harmony. मैं तो समझती हूँ we also need intra-faith harmony. So I really must congratulate you, and I respect the thinking that must have gone behind this. Alina, you make all of us proud today. So only 3.65% of the population, including Hindus, Christians, Sikhs and others. Despite their small numbers, these communities frequently encounter social discrimination, forced conversions, and even violent attacks on their places of worship. Small minority. They also have a place in our flag. Qaid-e-Azam made sure of that. Despite that, recognizing these challenges, the Federal Cabinet approved Pakistan's first comprehensive policy on interfaith harmony and a strategy on religious tolerance on February 12, 2025. Took us some time to get there. This policy framework aims to safeguard religious freedom and foster a right-based approach to social cohesion. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the government can't do this. The communities can, we can, you can, she can. So with that, to share her reflections and what led to this initiative, I'd like to call her the chief guest of today's event. So let's give her a hand. Alina Sehgal, for what made Alina think about this, and of course the initiative. Alina, the floor is yours. Come.
Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. To reintroduce myself, my name is Elena Sehgal, and I'm the granddaughter of Ikram Sehgal. Today, I'd like to speak to you about one of Pathfinder's most recent initiatives, an effort I feel deeply connected to and one I believe is urgently needed, given the religious and political polarization we are not only witnessing in Pakistan, but all around the world. Pakistan is a country fundamentally founded on diversity, whether that be religious, cultural, or ethnic. That diversity should be utilized as one of our country's greatest strengths. But when it is misunderstood or deliberately manipulated, it can become a source of deep division. Sadly, we're witnessing more of that today with the growing spread of misinformation. Over the past year, growing religious tensions have made it clear that faith communities across the country are feeling increasingly divided. Whether through rising mistrust or a lack of understanding between different groups, we are in urgent need of renewed dialogue, empathy, and unity. This challenge is not unique to Pakistan, but around the world, religious polarization is rising, reminding us just how important it is to begin inclusive, peace-driven initiatives ourselves. Religious division damages our communities and fuels distrust, and if left unaddressed, makes it difficult to achieve peace. In response, the Pathfinder group, grounded in a long-standing commitment to service and responsible leadership, has launched the Pathfinder Harmony Initiative, or PHI. This initiative, through a newly established Interfaith Harmony Office, aims to produce lasting change by fostering mutual respect, cooperation, and understanding among Pakistan's many religious and spiritual communities. Pathfinder has already shown its dedication to this solidarity. For example, as talked about before, the SMS security teams have played an active role in protecting churches from targeted attacks, standing not just for unity in principle, but putting themselves on the ground in defense of that principle. PHI builds on that foundation. Its mission is to facilitate respectful dialogue, strengthen inter-community relationships, especially by empowering youth through education and leadership development, exactly what is needed. Some of PHI's core objectives include 1. Facilitating interfaith dialogue at the community level, whether that be by launching community service events and joining in different community religious leaders. Empowering the youth through leadership programs and joint service activities will also be included. Planned activities include an annual Interfaith Peace Forum, school and university outreach, and joint service projects in health, environmental conservation, and disaster response. The initiative will also spotlight real stories from across Pakistan, which would amplify examples of unity already at work in our communities. This mission is especially personal to me because of my own experience back at home in New York, where I've co-founded the Agape Project this past November. There's a picture on the screen as one of our events, which I will talk about in a bit. So the Agape Project is a youth-led organization that brings together teenagers from diverse faith backgrounds, volunteers from the Christian community, Jewish, Islamic community, Hindus, Buddhists, and many more. We are going to build relationships and serve the community, uniting together. These are my two co-founders. One is Christian and the other is Jewish, and I am Muslim. We are the co-founders, and we have worked on many community service events throughout the year. Let me briefly share two examples. For our first event, around 30 high school students came together to bake for Grassroots Grocery, an organization serving people experiencing homelessness in the city. More than 150 cookies were delivered to the shelter. But more meaningfully, young people who may have never crossed paths or worked together because of their religious differences worked side by side for a shared cause. At our most recent event, 28 volunteers helped plant and decorate a courtyard at Carnegie East House, a nursing home in Manhattan. They were currently building a gardening home under construction and wanted plants to decorate the area. Together, we brought life to a space for elders who spent much of the past few years isolated. Though this may seem like small gestures, they're a reminder that positive change starts with connection. The simple act of showing up together across lines of belief is what begins to shift culture and rebuild trust. As I continue growing the Agape Project, I'm excited to contribute to and learn from the Pathfinder Harmony Initiative. My hope is that we can help bridge divides, nurture understanding, and support the next generation of change makers for here in Pakistan and beyond. However, before I end this speech, I would like to thank Ikram Sehgal, the man I have the immense honor to call my grandfather. As many of you know, my Dada pushes us not only to serve our passions, but to serve the people of the world, especially in Pakistan. Recently, I've had an immensely impactful conversation with him, where the key takeaway, which I took, was that the purpose of human life is to give, beyond anything else. We cannot call ourselves good people or even human if we do not serve to benefit others, no matter who that is or how different they are religiously. Beyond anyone in my life, my Dada embodies what it means to be generous and understanding, sacrifice either his own comfort, time, or determination to uplift Pakistan. Dada, I can proudly say you lead by example. Your charitable work and actions, a principal part of who you are, is what I believe I want to follow and continue in my own life. Thank you all for your time, and I hope we can have meaningful discussion.
So, Alina, your Dada just doesn't inspire you. He inspires a lot of other people. He's mentored a lot of other people. He has helped, like I said, he's touched many lives. And when I, sort of think about Ikram Sehgal Saab, and I think, he's done. This is it. He comes up with something absolutely new. So that's him. When he came up with that Paisa thing, the wallet for the citizen, and all of a sudden, I get this phone call, says Ikram Sehgal is all excited about it, and he says, we're doing it for the people of Pakistan, and we are going to revolutionize banking in this country. And I said, aren't you done with whatever? And he says, no, we're doing this. And he made it happen. He did it. State Bank is taking it up now. It has given a wallet to the common man. It has given banking accessibility to the common man while also serving the end of the government of financial inclusivity. And now this and Citadel. It looks like two huge beginnings, small steps, which would probably take us forward to what this country really needs. And I, for one, respect him for that. So as we launch this initiative today, absolutely amazing initiative today, let us remember, peace does not begin in summits. It begins in heads like hers. Three young girls, young girls come together, look at the world around them, and realize this has to change. And like I always say, that world doesn't die, people don't die of bad politics. People don't die of bad science. They die of bad politics. Killing anybody in the name of religion is bad politics. And our only way forward is that Generation Z, this generation, these young people refuse to become partners in this crime. That is the only way forward for a peaceful world. It begins in small moments, the quiet conversations, and the willingness to see each other not as others, but as fellow human beings. May this be the beginning of those conversations and may it grow into a lasting legacy of compassion, connection, and supremacy of humanity. With that, I will invite Brigadier Mujahid Alam to enlighten us more on this.
Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum, good afternoon, and a very warm welcome to all of you, especially to our sisters and brothers from the Christian, Hindu, Sikh, and Baha'i community. We are deeply honored to have you among us today. Thank you. It is a matter of deep honor and pride for me to stand before you today at the curtain raiser of Pathfinder Group's Interfaith Harmony Initiative, an endeavor rooted in our belief that the true strength of Pakistan lies in its diversity and that peace and progress are only possible when built on the foundations of mutual respect and understanding among all faiths. Our land is home to Muslims, Christians, Hindus, Sikhs, and others, each with their own rich traditions and contributions. But what unites us is far greater than what separates us. Our shared humanity, our shared hopes for justice, peace, and opportunity, and our shared dream of a better, more inclusive Pakistan. We are guided today by the timeless words of Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, who on 11th August 1947 said, "You are free. You are free to go to your temples. You are free to go to your mosques or to any other places of worship in this state of Pakistan. You may belong to any religion, caste, or creed. That has nothing to do with the business of the state." We in Pakistan today, each and every one of us, has to act and implement these words. We are especially grateful to Mr. Ikram Sehgal, co-chairman of Pathfinder Group, whose visionary leadership, unwavering belief in interfaith harmony, and wholehearted support have made this initiative possible. His commitment to inclusive nation building and peaceful coexistence reflects the very values we hope to promote through this platform. Of all the initiatives and endeavors undertaken by him over the last many years and decades, this initiative of interfaith harmony is one of the most important and gratifying, because of its direct impact and benefits towards nation building, and we thank him sincerely. I'm also delighted that young Elena Segal is here with us today because this idea was her brainchild, which germinated in New York where she is studying, and as you have heard her, she formed this group, and this is what inspired her grandfather also and made this initiative possible. You have heard her inspiring words, which I'm sure will inspire many others, youngsters as well as those of older age. This initiative is not just a response to intolerance. It is a call to build bridges between hearts, communities, and generations. It is a commitment to open dialogue, to active listening, and to celebrating our pluralism as a national asset, not as a threat. In order to make meaningful contribution towards this important and noble cause, we need to free ourselves of all prejudices and biases. The chains and shackles that bind our minds and hearts must be broken. I am reminded of a famous quote of Prince Hamlet in Shakespeare's famous play, The Tragedy of Hamlet, where Hamlet said, I could be bounded in a nutshell and count myself a king of infinite space, were it not that I have bad dreams. It is a powerful metaphor about the freedom of the mind and the torment of the conscience. What he's saying is that even if he were physically confined, in a nutshell, he could still imagine himself as a ruler of infinite space, thanks to the boundless power of thought and imagination. This has a direct connection to interfaith harmony because it symbolizes vastness of human imagination, freedom of thought, and spiritual generosity that can transcend boundaries unless they are limited by inner hatred, prejudice, or fear. It is a reminder that peace and tolerance begin within the self. In a world where transformations and turbulences are interwoven, and humanity stands at a new crossroads, there is an ever-pressing need for civilizations and societies to transcend estrangement through exchanges and to transcend clashes through mutual learning. It is therefore not surprising that China recently introduced the idea of global civilizations dialogue, and the United Nations designated June 10th as the first International Day for Dialogue amongst Civilizations. Many countries are experiencing internal polarization, social fragmentation, and crisis of cultural identity. And against this backdrop, dialogue, mutual respect, tolerance, and learning among civilizations and societies are not only critical bridges that connect diverse nations, ethnicities, and religions, but they also serve as essential keys to peacefully resolving conflicts and bridging divides. Through partnership with scholars, civil society, universities, and youth organizations, we aim to create spaces for learning, for dialogue, and for collective action, especially by empowering our youth to be champions of harmony in their campuses and communities. As we begin this journey together, let us be reminded that peace is not passive. it is a choice, and it is a choice we must all make. And every one of us here today is a stakeholder in that choice. Before concluding, I will briefly introduce Pathfinder Interfaith Harmony Initiative with the help of few slides. You see, Pakistan's diversity of religious communities, sects, and cultural traditions is both a source of richness and a challenge. Misunderstanding, mistrust, and at times violence between faith groups continue to pose a threat to national cohesion and social peace. The Pathfinder group, rooted in national service and responsible leadership, and building upon its known track record of guarding over 120 Christian churches on Sundays free of cost for the last 30 years, seeks to formalize and enhance this initiative through the creation of a dedicated Interfaith Harmony Initiative Division under the banner of the Pathfinder Harmony Initiative, under the banner of Pathfinder Interfaith Harmony Initiative. The vision is to promote national mutual respect, peaceful coexistence, and cooperative action among Pakistan's religious and spiritual communities. And the mission is to foster dialogue, understanding, and joint community engagement between faith groups in Pakistan through education, collaboration, and leadership. And the objectives are, which Elena also dwelt upon, we have dialogue and understanding among the interfaith groups, youth engagement through youth leadership programs, storytelling and joint activities, community projects, launch cooperative service projects including members from different faiths, counter extremism, collaborate with scholars and institutions to counter hate speech, intolerance, and extremism, and training and capacity building to conduct workshops for teachers, clerics, youth leaders, and community influencers. The core activities would be, of course, an annual Interfaith Peace Forum in collaboration with academic and religious institutions, school and university outreach programs on tolerance and respect, faith and leadership fellowship for young interfaith leaders, joint service projects in health, environment, and disaster relief, documentation and publication of interfaith success stories, and local harmony models. Pathfinder Interfaith Harmony Initiative will collaborate with faith-based organizations and educational institutions, NGOs and government departments, such as the Ministry of Religious Affairs, as well as international interfaith networks. And this initiative will function as a special unit under the Pathfinder Group, Social Impact Division, reporting to the group's leadership and guided by an advisory council comprising scholars and peace practitioners from different faiths. On behalf of Pathfinder Group, I welcome you all and thank you for your presence, your prayers, and your partnership. May this initiative plant the seeds of greater unity, compassion, and understanding across our beloved country. I will conclude by a timeless Punjabi verse of Bulle Shah, who said, "Na main momin vich masita, na main vich kufar diyan rita, na main pakan vich palita, na main Musa, na Pharaoh." The message of Bulleh Shah in these verses was to transcend religious labels and to find the divine within. I thank you very much for your patience.
Sarish, it's over to you.
Okay, now let us hear from our respected faith leader, Right Reverend Nadeem Kamran, Bishop of Lahore. Bishop Kamran has been at the forefront of promoting interfaith harmony, community development, and spiritual guidance across the region. His leadership continues to inspire unity and service to humanity. Please, sir, come up to the stage.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Respected guests, honorable organizers, and dear friends in faith and love. Thanks be to God who has gathered us today on this positive and blessed occasion. I greet you all from the depths of my heart. Today we are not just attending an event, but celebrating our dream, our mission, and a divine purpose. A purpose that not only prepares our young generations for the future, but also makes them ambassadors of love, dignity, and peace. मैं एक उर्दू की छोटी सी कहानी आपसे बयान करना चाहता हूँ जो हमने बचपन में सुनी कि एक गांव में दो दरख्त थे, एक का साया बहुत अच्छा था और एक फलदार दरख्त था। एक दिन उन दोनों के दरमियान ये बहस हुई कि हम में से कौन सा कीमती दरख्त है। तो उस बुजुर्ग, एक गांव के बुजुर्ग को बुलाया गया और जब उससे पूछा गया तो उसने कहा, तुम दोनों की कदर इसलिए है कि तुम दूसरों के लिए कुछ देते हो। तुम्हारा साया और फल दूसरों के लिए बरकत है, ना कि तुम्हारे लिए। Today, as I stand before you at this great event, my heart is full of gratitude and joy. This is not just a celebration of a bright future, but also a light that illuminates the path of love, harmony, and mutual respect, and will continue to do so. आज की तकरीब रोशनी की महफिल, रोशनी का इल्म की रोशनी, ईमान की रोशनी, मोहब्बत की रोशनी, ये रोशनी हमें याद दिलाती है कि हम सब चाहे किसी भी मजहब या किसी भी पस मंजर से क्यों ना हो, हमारा खालिक एक ही है और हम सब उसी की मखलूक है। इसलिए कलाम मुक़द्दस में खुदावंद यीशु मसीह ने कहा, दुनिया के नूर तुम हो और जो कोई नूर की पैरवी करता है वो अंधेरे में ना चलेगा। फिर उन्होंने कहा कि दुनिया के नूर तुम हो। Today we are not only celebrating plans and programs, but also recognizing a vision where technology serves humanity, where young minds are shaped not only with skills but also with values, and where relationships between communities are strengthened through love and understanding. Today we are witnessing Citadel, the vision of the Pathfinder group, which is not just a dream but is becoming a reality. And Pathfinder Faith Harmony Initiative is bridging distance between hearts and building bridges of love. The Citadel program will not only teach the youth skills relevant to the digital age, but will also instill in them moral values. یہی وہ اقدامات ہیں جنہیں آج ہمیں کرنے کی ضرورت ہے تاکہ ہم ایک مضبوط پرامن اور خوشحال معاشرے کو تشکیل دے سکیں۔ آج میں پاتھ فائنڈر گروپ کو خراج تحسین پیش کرنا چاہتا ہوں، جو ہمارے وطن میں ہمارے درمیان بین المذاہب ہم آہنگی اور انسانیت کی فلاح اور ترقی کے بیج کو بو رہے ہیں۔ ہسٹوریکلی اگر ہم دیکھیں تو تاریخ اس بات کی گواہ ہے کہ سب سے بڑی حکمت انہی آوازوں سے آتی ہے جو ہمیں اتحاد کے لیے، یونٹی کے لیے بلاتی ہیں۔ تمام روایات، بزرگ، شاعر اور نبی ہمیں یاد دلاتے ہیں کہ جو دیواریں ہمیں تقسیم کرتی ہیں انہیں انسان بناتا ہے، لیکن جو پل ہمیں جوڑتے ہیں وہ ذہن، وہ بندے اور بندیاں جو خدا قوم کو عطا کرتا ہے۔ تاریخ میں ہر نبی اور ہر ولی نے انسانیت کی محبت اور اتحاد کا پیغام دیا ہے۔ پیغمبر اسلام نے نجران کے مسیحیوں کے ساتھ ایک معاہدہ کیا جو آج بھی سینٹ کیتھرین میں موجود ہے۔ اس میں لکھا ہے کہ ان پر کوئی جبر نہیں ہوگا، ان کے چرچز محترم ہوں گے اور انہیں ان کی جگہوں سے نہیں ہٹایا جائے گا۔ جب جراوالہ کا واقعہ ہوا تو میں نے گورنمنٹ اور جہاں کہیں بھی مجھے موقع ملا میں نے کہا کہ اس معاہدے کو یونیورسٹیز میں، کالجز میں سلیبس کا حصہ بنایا جائے، اسے اخبارات میں، رسالوں میں، پرنٹ میڈیا، الیکٹرانک میڈیا میں بھرپور اس کی تشہیر کی جائے تاکہ لوگ جان سکیں کہ وہ ایگریمنٹ کیا ہے۔ This agreement should be published in schools and universities. These words still call us, reminding us that faith is not a sword, but a shield. Faith is not hatred, but love. Faith is not oppression, but freedom. خداوند یسوع مسیح نے کہا اور ان کی جو تعلیمات ہیں انہیں ہمیں جاننے کی ضرورت ہے۔ تو خداوند اپنے خدا سے اپنے سارے دل اور اپنی ساری جان اور اپنے ساری عقل اور اپنی ساری طاقت سے محبت رکھ، اور دوسرا حکم انہوں نے دیا کہ تو اپنے پڑوسی سے اپنی مانند محبت رکھ۔ ایک سامری عورت، سامری شخص کی مثال ہمیں بائبل مقدس میں ملتی ہے۔ جب راہ کے کنارے جا رہا تھا ڈاکوؤں نے اسے مارا، ادھموا چھوڑ کر چلے گئے۔ یہودیوں کا ایک کاہن وہاں سے گزرا، اس نے دیکھا، اس کی پکار سنی مگر کترا کر چلا گیا۔ ایک لاوی کا وہاں سے گزر ہوا، وہ بھی کترا کر چلا گیا، مگر ایک سامری وہاں سے گزرا، اس نے اس کے زخموں پر مرہم پٹی باندھی، تیل لگایا اور اسے گدھے پر سوار کیا اور سرائے میں لے گیا۔ خدا یسوع مسیح نے کہا کہ بتا تیری نظر میں کون اس کا پڑوسی تھا؟ وہ جس نے اس کی مدد کی۔ محبت، برداشت کی جو خوبصورت تصویریں ہمیں ریالٹیز مذہب میں سے یا انبیاء میں سے ان کی زندگی میں ہمیں نظر آتی ہیں، انہیں ہمیں نظر انداز کرنے کی ضرورت نہیں۔ ہم چھوٹی کلاسز میں پڑھتے تھے کہ جب پیغمبر اسلام ایک گلی میں سے گزرتے تھے تو ایک عورت ان کے سر پر کوڑا پھینکتی تھی۔ نہ جانے اس نے ایک دن پھینکا، اس نے 10 دن پھینکا، مہینہ پھینکا، 6 ماہ اس نے پھینکا، لیکن ان کی طرف سے کوئی اس کا رد عمل نہیں تھا، وہ خاموشی کے ساتھ وہاں سے گزر جاتے تھے۔ اس عورت نے اپنی نفرت، تحقیر یا ان کو رد کرنے کا جو بھی تھا، اس کے دل میں اس نے بھرپور اس کا مظاہرہ کیا۔ اس عورت نے اپنی نفرت، تحقیر یا ان کو رد کرنے کا جو بھی تھا اس کے دل میں اس نے بھرپور اس کا مظاہرہ کیا۔ اس عورت نے اپنی نفرت، تحقیر یا ان کو رد کرنے کا جو بھی تھا اس کے دل میں اس نے بھرپور لیکن میں سمجھتا ہوں کہ پیغمبر اسلام نے محبت، برداشت کا خوبصورت درس دیا، اور ایک دن جب وہ کوڑا ان پر نہیں پھینکا گیا تو انہوں نے جا کر اس کے گھر کا دروازہ کھٹکھٹایا، اس لیے نہیں کہ وہ اسے پوچھے کہ تو کیوں مجھ پر کوڑا پھینکتی تھی یا کوئی بدلہ لینے کے لیے، اس لیے کہ کہیں وہ بیمار تو نہیں، کسی مشکل میں تو نہیں۔ اسی طرح خداوند یسوع المسیح جب گتسمنی باغ میں تھے کہ وہ پکڑوائے جائیں تو یسوع کے ساتھیوں میں سے ایک نے تلوار نکال کر سردار کاہن کے نوکر کا کان کاٹ دیا۔ یسوع نے اسے کہا کہ اپنی تلوار میان میں کاٹ لے، کیونکہ جو تلوار کھینچتے ہیں وہ سب تلوار سے ہلاک کیے جائیں گے۔ یسوع مسیح جانتے تھے کہ ان کی مصلوبیت کا وقت آ گیا ہے، اب لازم ہے کہ وہ دنیا کے لیے مصلوب ہوں، دکھ سہیں، اپنی جان دیں۔ جو لوگ دکھ سہتے ہیں وہ دوسروں کو اچھا وقت پرووائڈ کرتے ہیں، وہ دوسروں کے لیے راہ نجات، امن اور سلامتی کا راستہ چھوڑ کر جاتے ہیں۔ ہم اپنے اپنے عقائد، عبادات کی پیروی کرتے رہیں اور دوسروں کو برداشت ہم نہیں کرتے۔ آج ضرورت ہے کہ ہم دوسروں کے ایمان، کریڈ، ان کا جو بھی ہے، جو ان کی مقدس کتاب ہے، ہم اس کا احترام کریں، مگر افسوس کہ ہم ایسا نہیں کرتے۔ دونوں مذاہب میں محبت اور برداشت کا پیغام بڑی خوبصورتی کے ساتھ ہمیں ملتا ہے۔ کلام مقدس میں لکھا ہے کہ اگر میں فرشتوں کی زبانیں بولوں اور محبت نہ رکھوں تو میں ٹھنٹھناتا پیتل یا جھنجھناتی جھانجھ ہوں، اور اگر مجھے نبوت ملے اور سب بھیدوں اور کل علم کی واقفیت ہو اور میرا ایمان یہاں تک کامل ہو کہ پہاڑوں کو ہٹا دوں اور محبت نہ رکھوں تو میں کچھ بھی نہیں، اور اگر اپنا سارا مال غریبوں کو کھلا دوں یا اپنا بدن جلانے کو دے دوں اور محبت نہ رکھوں تو مجھے کچھ بھی فائدہ نہیں۔ محبت صابر ہے اور مہربان، محبت حسد نہیں کرتی، محبت شیخی نہیں مارتی اور پھولتی نہیں، نازیبا کام نہیں کرتی، اپنی بہتری نہیں چاہتی، جھنجھلاتی نہیں، بدگمانی نہیں کرتی، بدکاری سے خوش نہیں ہوتی بلکہ راستے سے خوش ہوتی ہے، سب کچھ سہ لیتی ہے، سب کچھ یقین کرتی ہے اور سب باتوں کی امید رکھتی ہے، سب باتوں کی برداشت کرتی ہے۔ اور یہ بھی لکھا ہے کہ محبت کو زوال نہیں، نبوتیں ہوں تو موقوف ہو جائیں گی، زبانیں ہوں تو جاتی رہیں گی، علم ہو تو مٹ جائے گا، غرض، ایمان، امید، محبت، یہ تینوں دائمی ہیں، مگر افضل ان میں محبت ہے۔ میں برگیڈیئر صاحب کا شکر گزار ہوں، جب میں بشپ بنا تو انہوں نے مجھے لارنس کالج میں بلایا، بچوں کے ساتھ انٹریکشن کا موقع ملا، تو بچوں کی طرف سے ایک سوال سامنے آیا کہ آپ کیوں لوگ زیادہ تر سینیٹیشن کا کام کرتے ہیں، غریب غربا۔ اب اس محبت میں میں انہیں کیا جواب دیتا، کوشش کی کہ میں انہیں جواب دوں، بتا سکوں، لیکن شاید بتانا بڑا مشکل تھا۔ یہ کراس جو میں نے پہنا ہے یہ 5th بشپ آف لاہور کی کراس ہے، اینڈ آئی ایم 10th بشپ آف لاہور۔ اس کے پیچھے لکھا ہے نیور گیو ان، اور اس کا جو انسیگنیا ہے وہ لارنس کالج کا انسیگنیا ہے۔ خوشی ہے کہ وہاں پر میری قوم کے لوگ پڑھ رہے ہیں، لیکن مسیحی صرف ایک بچہ ہے، اور اس سے پہلے ایک بچہ تھا جو ایک مسیحی ٹیچر وہاں تھی۔ اگر ہم وہاں پر مسیحی بچوں کو ایڈمیشن دیں اور مسیحوں کو ایجوکیشن میں آگے لائیں تو یہ سوال جو بچوں نے پوچھا تھا وہ شاید ختم ہو جائے گا. اسکولز کالجز نیشنلائز ہو گئے, ایجوکیشن ہم سے چھین لی گئی. ہم جھنڈے کی بات کرتے ہیں, بہت خوبصورت بات ہے, وائٹ پارٹ اقلیت اور اسی میں سٹک ہے, اور جب بہت آندھی چلتی ہے, بہت طوفان آتے ہیں, تو جو گرین کپڑا ہے اس کو وائٹ پکڑے رکھتا ہے, اس کو پھٹنے نہیں دیتا, اس کو ہوا میں اڑنے نہیں دیتا. یہ کام منارٹیز کا ہے. ہم اپنی قوم کے لیے, اپنے وطن کے لیے ہمیشہ دعا کرتے ہیں, کرتے رہتے ہیں, کرتے رہیں گے. دکھ آنے جانے والی بات ہے, تکلیفیں آنے جانے والی بات ہے, ان کی طرف ہمیں نظر نہیں کرنی, ہمیں آگے کی طرف دیکھنا ہے. مل کر پاکستان کو مضبوط بنانا ہے تاکہ ہم سب پاکستانی خوشحال زندگی بسر کر سکیں. آخر میں صرف یہی کہنا چاہتا ہوں کہ پاکستان ہم سب کا ملک ہے, اور آج پاکستان کو علینا نام ایسے نوجوان بچوں کی ضرورت ہے جو اپنے ہاتھوں میں بلا امتیاز دوسرے نوجوانوں کا ہاتھ پکڑے اور آگے بڑھے, تاکہ پاکستان کو ہم مضبوط کریں. پاکستان کا ایک بچہ اگر پیچھے رہ جائے گا تو اکنومیکلی ہر لحاظ سے پاکستان کو فرق پڑے. ابھی ہمارے اسکول میں 16 اسکول میں بچے تھے, 16 پاس ہوئے, 100% رزلٹ آیا. 15 میں سے ایک فیل ہوا, 97% رزلٹ آیا. جب تک پوری قوم اکٹھے آگے نہیں بڑھے گی, مضبوط پاکستان نہیں بن سکے گا. میں ایک بار پھر آپ سب کا شکریہ ادا کرنا چاہتا ہوں, سیگر صاحب کا اور خاص طور پر برگیجیئر صاحب کا. اور میں ببانگ دوحل یہ کہنا چاہتا ہوں کہ پاکستان میں برگیجیئر مجاہد عالم جیسے لوگوں کی ضرورت ہے, مگر افسوس کہ ایسے لوگ بہت کم ہیں. خداوند کرے کہ ہم سب مثبت سوچ لے کر آگے بڑھے. ہم سب پاکستانی ہیں اور پاکستان کو بلند کریں. پاکستان زندہ باد, پاکستان پائندہ باد.
Thank you, sir. And yes, we all dream of a Pakistan where everyone has equal opportunities and resources. And from 30 years from now, we all wish to see a Pakistan where every child has access to schools and have same opportunities regardless of their background. Thank you so much, sir. It was really heart-touching. Now I would like to call upon the stage Captain Baba Bernard Messi. Please, sir, come up to the stage. He is a security professional with more than 20 years of experience in national and international organizations. Please, sir, come up to the stage.
I'm very scared, standing right in front of a very august house. Grateful to, I will say who, I will let you know. It's a surprise. It won't be for a long time. Before I start, ladies and gentlemen, there's one verse which gives me a lot of courage. And I think that verse is not only for the Christian community, and it's for everybody sitting over here. I would like to, I can, read it out in English, but I would like to read it out in Urdu, because that gives me more power and that gives me more strength. And that is Psalm 91, verse 1. جو حق تعالیٰ کے پردہ میں رہتا ہے وہ قادر مطلق کے سایہ میں سکونت کرے گا. میں خداوند کے بارے میں کہوں گا وہی میری پناہ اور میرا گڑھ ہے. And he is for everybody, not for me, everybody in this world. I had written good morning, but it's good afternoon now. It is truly an honor for me to stand before you today as someone whose life has been deeply touched by the values of unity, respect, and interfaith harmony. Interfaith harmony. My journey started, I wore a khaki uniform for 10 years. Plus, I had 2 injuries at the glacier, and the second injury was fatal. I had to leave army, staying in CMH Pindi for 1 year. I'm just going to be brief because I think, the last speaker, and you guys are waiting for the lunch. So I won't take you a lot of time of yours. But I would like to highlight certain things which are very important for you, everybody, to know. So after that, I happened to be interviewed by a gentleman, and I joined him. And during this transaction, that a man of a great vision and unwavering commitment, he held my hand. And that gentleman is Mr. Ikram Sehgal. I joined the Pathfinder group. It was developing. SMS was becoming strong. I think Phoenix was the best security company in those days. But I think Phoenix is no more. SMS is the best and the biggest security company in Pakistan. Not for being security providers, but for providing help, shelter, and support to all the communities. And I think this is one of the reasons they have come so high, because they have had the vision of the Lord. I had a privilege of joining SMS in 2000 as Assistant Vice President, और सहगल साहब बहुत डांटते होते थे. I can't forget that. लेकिन उस डांट की वजह से आज मैं यहाँ खड़ा हूँ. I'm standing here. And I've learned everything which I know is because of him. But that was just a beginning. Then I was offered, after 9/11, I was offered a position of local guard force security coordinator, which the American embassy in Pakistan made for all the consulates. Because ekdam security was difficult. Why I'm telling you this? Because you need to know from where this journey started. It's not today. It's 30 years back. And I'm very proud I have a drop of my life to contribute in this. So I joined US Embassy as local guard force coordinator, and I was told to look after the security company, the biggest security company in Pakistan, having the biggest security contract of the US State Department in the world, mind you, in the world. So I started up, I took his permission, and he was the one who told me that you can apply. I was offered by the American regional security officer, Michael Evanoff, who was then the regional security officer. He got retired as Assistant Secretary of State for Security. So Mr. Sehgal called me up and he said, "मैं आपको permission देता हूँ, you go and join." I said, "Fine, sir. If you allow me, then I'll do it. Otherwise, not." So that was the career after my military started up with the security. That gave me an opportunity to go to US, do about 8 to 9 courses of security, different fields. Then I had the privilege and honor to be protecting the US presidents, Bill Clinton, George Bush Jr. with the Secret Service, and many Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense, but it only started by his vision, by getting into the SMS and his vision. Otherwise, I would have been, just living a retired life. So that was my career development which happened. Mr. Sehgal's contribution is not only this with me, but with a lot of people in his life. He has been helping the minorities since long, 30 years. हम कहते हैं 130 churches, शायद इससे ज़्यादा. I still remember I was working at the US Embassy. I was the senior Foreign Service National Investigator heading the local security office for the RSO. And I get a call from Mr. Sehgal. And he tells me, Babar, तुमने ऐसे करना है. He is like that. तुमने ऐसे करना है. Churches बताओ, किस किस church में guard चाहिए. Sunday से guards आ जाएंगे. So that started almost 30 years back, sir. And without any interest, without any monetary benefits. I know, you know, and he knew it, that how difficult it would be for the company, the organization. But that is the risk he took for us. Because why? His background, sisters, to be educated in a convent school. And still his mentor is one of the nuns there, which he always mentions. हम अपने आप को minority कहते हैं, वैसे I don't like to be called minority. Why? We are Pakistani citizens? Yes. But no, ladies and gentlemen, we the Christians were the pioneers of education and health in Pakistan. If he would have not studied in a convent school, this would not have been made. The cathedral schools, the convent schools are the hub of education. I've been told time is out. 2 minutes only. 2 minutes only. I hope you give me 2 minutes. Sir, with your permission, because I have to say something which is very important. So this initiative was is not led by his granddaughter now. This vision, she got it from him, as she said. And I think it was inculcated in her because of him. आप convent schools निकाल लें, आप cathedral schools निकाल लें. Sisters from Jason Mary's convent, Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto had been studying there. What was your Gorakali College? Lawrence College. How was it made? Who made it? Gordon College, Murray College, Edwards College, FC College. Convent schools, cathedral schools, station school number 1. Now there are 3. Number 1 was the school where the diplomats' children used to come and study all the way from Islamabad, because at that time there was no international school. So I would like to tell you this, that please don't think that we are a minority. We are above the majority, because the education, the principles, and how to live life was taught by our nuns and our Christian schools. Yes, the time is less. My team will get annoyed. I did not read this, but in fact, I would like to highlight what is in my mind. Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Mr. Jinnah said, unity, faith, and discipline. Unity is being united, and unity we are going to get with this platform. And why united? क्योंकि हमने एक दूसरे को कबूल करना है, टॉलरेट नहीं, बर्दाश्त नहीं करना. वी हैव टू एक्सेप्ट. आपका जब मुस्लिम्स में निकाह होता है तो कबूल है ना, वो बाद में अगर मुश्किल हो जाता है तो कोई बात नहीं, लेकिन कबूल है तो इनिशियली होता है. बट दिस हैज टू बी देयर. द लॉर्ड जीसस क्राइस्ट did not only come for the Christian community. He came for the entire world. That's why in the Holy Quran, he is said to be Ruh Allah. What is Ruh Allah? Tell me, English में क्या है? The soul of the Lord. So she says timing. I agree with her. Timing is all off. But again, sir, I am honored and I am thankful to be once again there with you. You trusting me, you trusted me, you trusting me to come here, speak, and be a part of this organization. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And I leave this place now with praise for everybody and for the unity, love, and peace which the Lord gives us and all of you. Thank you very much.
थैंक यू सो मच सर. और सैगल साहब आज भी डांटते हैं, बट नॉट विदाउट अ रीजन. But not without a reason. So let's hear from the man himself. He needs no introduction, and I would like to call upon co-chairman of the Pathfinder Group and patron-in-chief of Karachi Council on Foreign Relations, Mr. Ikram Sehgal, sir, a living legend between us.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Before anything, I'd like to, the one person from my family who's not been here on the stage, Suleiman. Suleiman, of course, you know, his two elder sisters overshadowed him. One has opened up, Providential Book. One has opened up Providential Book Foundation, and the other one is going into Pathfinder Harmony Initiative. So Sulman in his time, he's telling me, I'm sure he'll come up with something which is similar, right? But I can tell you this much, that more than his sisters, he likes to be in Pakistan. Want to say a few words, Sulman? Say something.
Thank you everyone for coming. On behalf of the Pathfinder group and the Sehgal family, we'd like to thank everyone for coming and also the panelists. Hopefully, Citadel and Interfaith run by my sister will all be doing good. Okay. Thank you very much.
I'll get, for a second, I'll get Amani also here in Elena, because I think a lot of people haven't seen Amani yesterday. Amani and Elena. Just for this thing, people who were not here yesterday there's a function by Providential Book Foundation. Mani came up with this idea 5 years ago, which he put into practice, and now Brigadier Mujahid runs it. And her thing was to get books from the rich and distribute among the poor, and about more than 70,000 books till date have been taken and this thing, and we're looking after hundreds of schools now. It's a huge project. And Elena, of course, what can I say? She's already been there in Suleiman. Thank you. And at the end of the day, what is contentment? This is my contentment. Thank you. Okay. To all the speakers, I would like to mention everybody by name, but it would be a long list. Thank you, everybody, for being here. My journey for Interfaith Harmony started when I was 7 years old. The first student in an institution which became one of the largest, is still the largest convent in then East Pakistan, Bangladesh now, Our Lady of Fatima Convent. And my father still-stocked a nun group which was looking after a clinic to start an English school. And Sister Leo took hold of me at the age of 7 and let me go at the age of 11 when I went to Lawrence College. The first 2 Sundays, when 4 of us were there, 2 boys and 2 girls, we were boarders. we were taken to the church on Sunday. We sat at the back and we were fidgeting. For 2 Sundays she tolerated it. And the third Sunday, there was a Molvi waiting for us outside. That was what made me secular in that sense. But here was a Texas nun in a Catholic convent bringing me up as a good Muslim. Think about it. A Texas nun in a Catholic convent bringing me up as a good Muslim. From that day on, for me, all of us were equal. And one of my best friends today is not here. His name is Moti Lakwani, Manno. He's a Hindu. One of my best friends. He's in Karachi, couldn't travel. And so, it does not mean, and I would like to tell you about the churches and why it matters to me a man. When we started, and Babar, of course, has minimized his own role and how much he helped organizing that. On Sundays, I used my guards from Wackenhut, that are my cash and transit company, because the armored cars would not take cash on Sundays. I could use those guards. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, one armored car, 4 guards, driver, that means we had at one time 600 people on duty on Sundays. They flatly refused to take overtime. These are poor people, guards. They flatly refused to take overtime. They said, it is our duty to guard our minorities. That is what, there from the ground level, that thing comes up, what you talked about. That thing really gives you the strength, that when your own people give you that feeling, right? So, I was not alone in my church. I had people who believed in that. And that belief, what can I say? Been translated, I was very lucky. I was very lucky to start with, I got a good wife, and she's been tolerant of me all these years, right? It is not a joke. I do require a lot of tolerance. And of course, then I'm lucky in my son. I'm very, very lucky. And of course, in somebody I not like to call my daughter-in-law, but my daughter, Ashmala. She gave her a career in law to look after the children, and you see the products that she's brought up in front of me. Right? So I can say that with great pride that it's a team effort. It's not one person, but it's an all-round effort. People who gather together and say, okay, fine, let's do this. And what could be more than that? I'm from my convent, which was co-ed. My father thought I was going to go soft, so he sent me to Lawrence College, Vadagali, right? And I was talking to boys here for senior Cambridge actually. Yesterday they were from intermediate, and they were asking me what is the difference. I said in our time academics did not have much importance. It was wrong. Academics should have had that much, but we were more into the thing. And I'll share a secret with you. I went to the academy in 1964. So before our 2 years were over, we were at war. And of course, we were sent out as cannon fodder. And some of us after that war. But during that time, our thing was shortened. But we had completed our academics, but we had not done our examinations. So I did not get my degree till 15 years later, or 20 years later, when our postmate became the commandant of PMA. And he decided I'm the commandant of PIFHI, I need a degree. So we got the degree. So I'm a simple graduate. And somebody asked me, how educated are you? You know, we used to do the 9 mile with a big pack and a rifle on us. And at the 8th mile, there was a Ilyasi mosque. The 8th mile, we used to have very good water there. So at the 8th mile, we used to stop for just one glug of water. And then I used to say, कि मैं तो इस इलियासी मस्जिद के पानी पी के इधर तक पहुंचा. But I must say that, you know, you asked me what will contribute to Lawrence College, and, you know, I thought about it, and two things. One is nearing completion, that is a swimming pool, and it's a competition swimming pool, and it's a heated swimming pool, all weather, so that they can start swimming when they come in March and go on till December. They can keep swimming. And it's with its own solar system, so that actually the net metering will make sure that there's no extra cost to it. And we discussed, but I think swimming pool was most important. But we used to go to the Pakistan Military Academy, we used to get the Sword of Honors, normal gold medal, all the medals that were in sight, we used to share. We used to go to swimming pool and we used to drown. You know, so that was something that inspired me to say, let me give my college a swimming pool. Right? And, along with that, I took the opportunity of the thing, and having donated, we said, let's go for a center for innovation, a new innovation center. And General West Qureshi sitting here on the Board of Governors, last board meeting, we said, and he actually supported us a great deal on this, that we have now given the go-ahead for a Center for Innovation, and a Director of Innovation post has been created, so that we have a world-class innovation center, which will be a world-class, absolutely out of the way, in Lawrence College, chrome and glass, and the design, Haji Rafiq Pardesi, who was the owner of HMR Investments, who was the owner of MR part owner of MR in UAE. He is donating the design for it with a French architect, free of cost. So the design will be free of cost, etc., etc. We've already got donations. The Chief of General Staff, Lieutenant General Amir Raza, has donated 1 crore out of his own pocket, that thing, etc. You know, in my in-laws' name, Bharat Sen Chaudhary Sahab and Sikandar Chaudhary, great human beings, I donated, 1 crore on behalf of them and the family, so that we started the process, and we've already got a lot of, let us say, things for donation. But that center of excellence, then what we talked about was that we said it will take 3-4 years for that thing to come up. In the meantime, let's do something so that we'll fast track the project also. It's been a long journey, Citadel, all this thing. When you look back upon it, what have we created? We have created exactly, Sehgal family has created what we set out to do. And whenever I asked my son, Zarar, he was always, never once said, let's not do this. He said, let us give back. Islam tells us, make profit, share that profit with your people who are less. So we said, okay, fine, we will do that. And today we're doing that in a big way with a lot of initiatives. And believe me, I'm telling you, all of them are not my ideas. My staff comes up with ideas. But the greatest idea that we have today, it will change the destinies of the people of Pakistan and the poor people of Pakistan. 80% of Pakistan's adult population does not have bank accounts. World Bank started an initiative for financial inclusion and women empowerment about 12 years ago. And State Bank had a competition, not a competition really, they said many companies can come onto it. Ultimately, one company survived, and that was our company, which we Virtual Remittance Gateway. And they made a platform which was totally made by Pakistanis. Not one single element of the platform was made outside. Everything was made by Pakistan. And let me tell you about the platform, what that platform does. You don't have to go to a bank and open up sign forms, etc., and open up forms. In less than 2 minutes on your telephone and without internet, you can open a bank account with 16 banks. The proof of it is in that we today have 13 million accounts. Now, we kept that quiet because in Pakistan, if you do something, then people get after you to stop it. We said, keep it quiet until you're too big to fail. So we said, no. But we went beyond that. And, both my CEOs, Jahangir is here. Jahangir is here for WPWL and Salman is here from DRG. And what does this account do? We've been recognized by the World Economic Forum as the most innovative thing because it is not one-to-one. You can have a telephone, you can have M-Pesa and this thing, etc. You can have this thing, but here this is from many to many. Many banks to many, telcos to many banks. But more than that, that old lady who has an AMA account, she can go to any branch of the 16 banks, any branch, 16 banks, put money in, cash money out. She can go to any agent of Jazz, not today Jazz, but Easy Paisa today. And today, if I'm not mistaken, 150,000 Easy Paisa agents have been bought online, but in our case, because they had about 70,000 inactive, 72,000, am I right? 72,000? 72,000 agents. So, anybody having an AMA account can go to any branch of Easy Paisa, take money out, give money, and can you imagine then to go online to pay a telephone bill, to pay a gas bill, to pay everything on your AMA account, you can do that. And we then said, okay, fine, let's do something beyond that. Does that poor person think of having a debit card or a credit card? They'll never. Visa, MasterCard will never give it. So we created what is known as PayLite. PayLite now allows your MI to go and pay for a vegetable, pay the mess, pay the electricity bill, pay the gas bill, transfer money, order McDonald's. So, it has all been done by Pakistani youth. All. And today, mashallah, organization out of Saudi Arabia called DCO, Digital Cooperation Organization, is taking us out, inshallah, and we are looking forward to working in 14 countries, doing the same thing with them, so that we do that. And that is a Pakistan first. All this has been possible because, again, I go back to the space my wife gave me and my family gave me, right? We've had a lot of failures in a lot of things. It's not that we've been successful everywhere. But, mashallah, we've been successful and some of it is here. So, let me just tell you, and first of all, thank my staff who made all this possible. This dream of mine to have a home away from home where, we can, when you come to this environment, you feel as one. And I request all of you to help us, help Pathfinder, Saigal family on one side, of course, is there. Help Pathfinder, help us create that unity, help us getting those books and distributing books. And we are going beyond books now. Mujahid Alam is working on digital outreach so that we can take digital classrooms to 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 classrooms. And I'm shortly going to take Gulmina's help in this, if we can do that. And we don't need any money from you. We want you to give money to them to establish a digital classroom in their thing. If you give it to them directly, that's good. Then nobody can then say that we are working with the public sector. So, thank you everyone. Bishop, thank you. I know members of the Baha'i community are here. Please, thank you very much. Very grateful. I know members. Thank you. We will love to have you. And then members of the Hindu community, I'm responsible. Thank you for members of parliament who are here. I'm sorry I have not been able to look after you the way you were members of Sikh community. That thing, you know, we will gather more. But I'm also grateful to my fellow Galleons sitting there. Right? Let me tell you a story about Elena. Elena got 12 A's. In that she got 1 A minus. And she was crying on telephone. Dada, I got A minus in Latin. I said, darling, your Dada got only 2 A's. And I was very happy. I was very happy with those 2 A's. You know? So anyway, the point is that is what you feel. That, you know, that feeling that I must excel. Right? And I'm very grateful in my life for actually my flesh and blood, Zarar, and Amani, and Elena, and Suleiman. Really, really. Thank you. Please join us for lunch. And this is also an experiment from our side. Our own people have created burgers and rolls. I hope you like them.